pause is over. Tonight, Iran fired a barrage of ballistic missiles at American forces in the Middle East, and the US military says every one of them was shot down. This is the Jago Times Daily Brief. Today, Iran shatters a fragile truce with a missile attack on US troops. All of them intercepted. Kashmir and Southern Arnamentak et says as you share drone shed. And Greek fam Atrafar 20 Soltsinit in Argentina attacked Dure. Kashmir delivers its first election result. And India's flood crisis finally begins to ease. We begin with a sudden, dangerous turn in the war on Iran. Late Tuesday, Washington time, Iran launched multiple ballistic missiles at U.S. forces in the Middle East, what U.S. Central Command called an attempted surprise attack, according to the Associated Press. The military says all of the missiles were intercepted with no casualties reported, and that American forces remain, in its words, at a high state of readiness. A U.S. official tells Axios the missiles were aimed at a base in Jordan. It is Iran's first attack on U.S. troops since President Trump paused American strikes over the weekend to give diplomacy a chance, and it comes on the very day the war reached its 5-month mark. The attack lands in the middle of a fragile peace push. Mediators, Pakistan and Qatar, backed by China, had reported progress this week toward restarting talks, according to the AP and CNN. But the two sides can't even agree that talks are happening. Mr. Trump says negotiations are continuing. Iran's foreign ministry insists none are. Markets had read the weekend calm as relief. Brent crude eased to around $89 a barrel per fortune, down from above $100 just last week, though the Strait of Hormuz, which normally carries a fifth of the world's oil, is still barely moving. And all of it unfolded as Prime Minister Netanyahu met Mr. Trump at the White House, their first meeting since the war began. We'll report what comes next only as it's confirmed.
To Pakistan-administered Kashmir, where the first votes have now been counted. In the opening phase of the Azad Jammu and Kashmir Assembly election, the ruling PML-N has swept 9 of the 13 seats. In the Mirpur division, with the Pakistan People's Party taking the other 4, according to preliminary results from the Azad Kashmir Election Commission, reported by Dawn and the Express Tribune. It was a rough vote. Monday's polling was marred by scuffles and dueling accusations of rigging, with the two parties each blaming the other. The PPP says one of its workers was killed and 2 others hurt in a clash in Nakyal. Pakistan's PTI claims the low turnout signals discontent, and the chief election commissioner called this the most difficult election in the region's history. 2 phases remain. Muzaffarabad votes on August 2nd and Poonch on the 10th, for 45 seats in all. We're reporting the contest straight, and taking no side.
Now to India, and a first note of relief in a deadly disaster. The monsoon flood toll in Assam stands at 68, but officials report no new deaths in the past day, and the waters are receding. More than 450,000 people are still affected, down from a peak of over 1 million, according to the Assam Tribune. Prime Minister Modi met the state's members of parliament on Tuesday to review the relief effort, saying the central government is working closely with Assam. The chief minister says power has now been restored across most of the flooded areas as the focus shifts to rebuild.
And a quick one from Pakistan, rare relief at the pump. The government has trimmed petrol by 1 rupee to about 334 rupees a litre. The first cut after weeks of war-driven increases, though diesel edged higher. That's per ARY News and Geo.
That's your Tuesday brief. The Iran war roars back with a missile attack on U.S. forces, all of them intercepted. Kashmir's first results are in, and Assam begins to dry out.
We'll stay on every thread. Subscribe so you never miss tomorrow's brief. From all of us at the Jago Times, take care.